The reasons why I quit friendships after my awakening, after going through my spiritual journey, it took me a while. I had good friends that I've been friends with for many years before my awakening. There's so many through going through my losses, my gains, my awakening, finding out that I was spiritual, even when I was never spiritual when I met them. There's people that supported me. There was people that were good for me, to me, and that I was good to as well, that we had good relationships with. However, some of those relationships fell off and fell apart over the years, especially one defining relationship that I had, a platonic friendship, sisterhood that I had. Somehow I started becoming very toxic in a way that's very subtle, that was very calm. And I left the relationship. They started becoming revelations. I started seeing a lot of red flags that were always there, but I didn't notice them because I think I was clouded by love, and my judgment was really clouded because I really cared for the person. And over time, I started seeing them for who they were. There was jealousy, there was envy, there was comparison. They were always in a process of wanting to compete with me, whereas I wasn't. I was just having fun and enjoying this person's company. And I believe that we were sisters. Second one, we were friends for a very long time as well, and we got closer over the years, and we supported each other through good times and bad times, and I still care about all of them, to tell you the truth. Some I met along the way. We were friends for like a year, 2 years, and the same pattern repeats. I've never really been so lucky in friendships that I have friends that are loyal. I have friends that love me for me. I have friends that support me in what I do. Most of them, I don't know, somehow over the years, people just change and there's red flags that pop up. And there's only a few out of all the friendships that I've ever had that I'd say were good. They were not 100%. I guess there's no friendship that's 100%. There's always this and that. However, the reason why I quit the friendships is because somehow I've always attracted, or was I attracted to friends that didn't have morals, that did not have the same values like me, friends that didn't have standards, friends that would just do whatever it takes to get to where they want to get to. No respect for themselves, no respect for other people. They just did what they wanted to do. And if they want something, they will go and do it without thinking twice. They don't care who gets hurt along the way. They don't care what happens to the other people as long as they get what they want. When I left a relationship, the last friendship that I left, the last two, I struggled with it for months. I just woke up one day and I felt like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. But I was like, I kept on asking myself for many, many months after I left these relationships. I woke up in the morning and I told them, please stop calling me. I'm working on myself at this point. And they also don't understand why. And I withdrew so much that I asked myself, like, I couldn't pretend. I'm not a pretender. I don't do pretending very well. If I like you, I like you, and if I don't, I don't. I love you, I love you. If I don't, I don't. And I started withdrawing. They know I'm a very warm person. I'm very welcoming. I'm very present, and I expect other people to be the same, which it never really happens. And I struggled with this for months, where I asked myself, why are you so withdrawn from these people? Because they meant so much to you for 8 years, 10 years, whatever the case is. One day, I'm taking a walk. I'm asking myself these questions. I'm like, why have I withdrawn from these friendships? They didn't do anything to me specifically. They didn't break my heart or anything. And I get a message from Spirit that they are beautiful people. They're good people up to a certain point. But they are different kind of people because they do things differently compared to me. I'm a person that tells the truth. I don't like to lie. Lying makes me uncomfortable, makes me sick actually. I told a lie, a white lie 2 weeks ago, and I still feel very awful about it even today. I had to. It was a situation that needed me to, but I still feel horrible about just one little white lie. Now, all the friendships I had, people did not have respect for themselves. They didn't have respect for other people. They cared about me and I cared about them. But the biggest issue was the fact that if they could hurt other people the way they have hurt other people, what makes me different? Because they can easily do the same thing to me, whether in future, whether immediately, for whatever reason. If the same people that I care for and I that care about me, if you can hurt a stranger that you don't care about, that you don't really want to even understand, and do whatever you want just to get what you want, why wouldn't you do the same thing to me? And somehow there was entanglements, there was red flags in the friendships that sometimes because you care about people you look past. In the 10 years, 8 years that you have been in these friendships, they've been red flags. Someone's partner wanting another person that's not theirs, wanting to have an affair, and I somehow, for some weird reason, I always got this kind of treatment from my friends' partners. All of my friends' partners have made a move on me. And I'm sharing this. I know it may reach the people, but I'm being honest. This is about truth at the end of the day. I've always been told and shelled as in like they made moves on me. It didn't sit right with me. I If there's something that I don't agree with is dishonesty. I did go through a phase where I was dishonest and I lied about a lot of things. That 2 years for me still feels like a movie. But if your partner can smile and say I love you to you and still go behind your back and date your friend, if I had said yes, what kind of friend does that make me? Number one. Number two, how does this guy actually see me? If he can have the guts to actually tell me and share this. And most of them didn't actually want a relationship. They wanted to sleep with me. And they were very honest about it. And they're like, I want this from you. That changed the way I saw these people. I kept them at arm's length. And because I didn't have bad intentions and I didn't want to break people's marriages and relationships, I kept quiet. And that is the whole scenario of why I left my friendships, is because of that part of their partners being dishonest, toxic, and da 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 do do do. And I always got involved in these situations. And then there is this part of the same friends are also the same. Imagine breaking a relationship to be the main person. While you are the main, you are on this pedestal that you're the main. You're the same partner does the same thing to you. Now, because you didn't have standards, you didn't have morals, you went and broke someone's relationship. And then when that happens to you, instead of choosing yourself, whatever the case, because you don't have standards and morals, you still stay and you let him or your partner do the same thing to you that he did to the previous partner. And then there's me. I don't like chaos. I don't I suffocate in places like that. I ask a lot of questions. I become very unstable, very unsettled. Too many red flags. I can't take a situation like that. It makes me uncomfortable. I have heartburn being in situations like that because there's just this congestion that I now have to be quiet and just observe even when I don't agree. And it's not my place because it's not my relationships. It's not my problem. I shouldn't even get involved. But because these people are my friends, sisters, brothers, people I look up to, people I value, somehow you get entangled in it, even when you didn't want to get involved. And now that I've awakened, now that I'm spiritual, I see things that other people don't see. I perceive other things that other people don't perceive. I see when a partner is lying. I see when people are lying. Friendship dynamics, I can see who is truthful and who's not. I dream about them. I dream for these people. I see big secrets about their lives, about what happens behind closed doors, dishonesties, and generational traumas, generational curses, witchcraft, if there's any voodoo, I can see it, and that becomes heavy. So there's a lot of components and there's a lot of reasons why I quit relationships. One of them, the main one, is morals. People lack morals and standards. They don't respect themselves and they don't respect other people. They don't value peace. They choose chaos over peace. They prefer a life of just drama, trauma bonding, and just complaining all the time. I can't do that for the rest of my life. I want peace. I want a different kind of life. I want freedom. I want lightness. I want the finer things in life. I want the soft life. Less worry, less stress, more living. So that is the reasons why I quit friendships. There's so many. I didn't even realize that I had so many reasons. But the more I spoke about it, the more it actually came out and became more evident that it's not that I don't love these people. I do. I care about them. But I can't change them. I don't expect them to change for me. So what do? I stepped away. But I still care about them so much. I still value them up to a certain point, of course. I still respect them, even when they don't respect themselves. So I love you all. I'll see you in the next episode. Love and light.